Hey YouTube, continuing to make a push in ELO in the Great League Remix with Fearow, Furret, and Quagsire. So it's a pretty straightforward team. It's just a balanced team, right? Fearow on the lead, Quagsire in the back. Quagsire only weak to grass. Fearow's going to beat that. And then Furret as a safe swap. Fearow, very glassy, but hits pretty hard. Depending on the lead, I usually 1 to 2 shield and then go from there. If I have a bad lead, obviously Furret is the safe swap. And yeah. Let's take a look how I got to 26-11. Goslord on the lead. So we'll just stay in this matchup. Really, you're only leaving like electric, rocks. I think those are the main two. Ice, depending on what it is, but probably ice. So Guzzlord gets off the Brutal Swing. It is very spammy now with the new rejigged Dragon Tail. I could have... So... They get to a move. They're just going to outpace me just because Brutal Swing just outpaces. So I get to the Drill Peck, and let's see what they decide to do. If they let it go, fine. If they don't, I need to make a decision. And they don't. And then the decision is an instant swap. I just thought it was too low that I was going to be taken out anyways. So I'm just like, let's just go to Furret, where Sucker Punch is resisted, but getting ahead on energy may be helpful. And it is helpful when a Dugong comes in. So I will get to the Trailblaze. They do shield up the first one, which is kind of interesting. I guess they're going to probably just throw an Icy Wind anyways. So it's not too surprising that they shield up the first one, but I will just hit them with the next Trailblaze right back here to hit super effective and boost my attack. Fearow is obviously weak to it because it is flying. Let's see if I get out of here. No, I want to chip it low enough. Chipping it low enough, and I maybe don't want to switch block myself. Yeah, that's honestly, that's probably the main reason that I did not make that switch. I usually say don't get farmed down. But if you're going to instant swap to a Pokemon that can lower your attack, I think it's probably worth just letting your Pokemon get farmed down. So that way, when they do lower my attack with Icy Wind here, I can reset immediately, which is you can see I am clicking that to try and reset immediately. Guzzlord comes in and takes out my Fearow, but I have a shield advantage against a Feraligatr. It's a Shadow. I'm a Shadow, so this Stone Edge is going to do an insane amount of damage. Puts the Feraligatr into 1 HP away, and I'll Mudshot down there for the win. Another Dragon on the lead. Not surprising. I kind of mentioned yesterday that Dragons are a little more free because of all the Fairies and Steel's banned. The good news is you will outpace. The bad news is, can you take out? You got to shield up a Dragon energy, that's for sure. But you also may not take out with the Drill Peck, and you're definitely not going to take out Drill Peck when they lower your attack. And then they get out, which is crazy. So they lower my... I don't really understand that play. They lower my attack and then put me in a kind of tricky spot where I'm not going to be able to one-shot, and they're going to outpace the next move. But they decide to give up Switch anyways. Give it up into Diggersby. The thing with Diggersby is I don't have enough... My best answer for Diggersby is Fearow, but because my attack has already lowered, I just felt like that was wasted energy. QUAGSIRE obviously hits super effective with Aqua Tail, but it is taking neutral from the Scorching Sands here. So I do get 2 Aqua Tails off to put this within 1 HP. I guess I should put Aqua Tail as a legacy move, community move here. So straight back into Fearow, where because I got all that farm on the beginning there and a little bit on Diggersby, I have just 2 moves back to back here. And so we are dumping those moves right away. Let's get rid of this Regidrago. Grab the shield, take it out. There's the hard-hitting nest. Diggersby's 1 HP, so now it just depends what's in the back, but I have a shield advantage for whatever is in the back. And it is a fortress. It is a Bug Bite fortress, so I'm not in a huge rush to get out because I want to chip with Drill Peck before I get into Furret, because obviously Furret's Swift and Trailblaze is resisted. I'm assuming I'm going to shield up anything here. Yeah, it's probably just Rock Tomb, but... I have a shield. I'm just worried about a catch, so I'm over farming a bunch so that even if they do catch, I'm like 1 more Sucker Punch away from a Swift anyways. But they do not catch. Swift will take out. No, it won't. But now, the 1 Sucker Punch will. Fearow into Torterra. So great lead, especially if it's a Mud Slap user. And they switch into Furret. So I will stay in and chip just because I'm not going to outpace. We both get to the moves in 10. And I had a one turn peck advantage there. So I'm going to get to the move. Chipping it to the yellow, which just makes it that I'm not going to lose Switch, which is nice here. So they do Trailblaze. And because of that, I'm like, I don't really want to take any more Sucker Punches, and I don't want them to get to a charge move. Let's just get this out of here. I still have some health left that if the Torterra comes in, I can chip an insane amount here. So getting to the Swift, hoping that I can get to a second one. The Swift takes it pretty low. Unfortunately, they do slap me down. Now they throw a charge move. Quite honestly, I don't know what these moves are. It's a Shadow Torterra, but probably more attack heavy. Fearow's more glassy. It is just a resisted Frenzy Plant. So, you know, I don't even know if I regret shielding that, but it would have been resisted. So out comes a QUAGSIRE, which means I have this pretty hard countered here in the back as well. I did throw the Drill Peck to try and burn a shield, and I did successfully burn a shield. They do land the Earthquake, but at this point I can just out Aqua Tail here. So here comes the first Aqua Tail. Not enough to take out, but here comes the second one, which will put pressure on this last shield because this will take them out otherwise. So they do shield, and then they come and try to snipe with Torterra, and they do end up throwing the move, which is okay. You know, gives me one extra peck down, which is kind of nice because I have no idea how much QUAGSIRE has for energy. I do have one shield. It is a Sludge Bomb. I think a Sludge Bomb probably would have taken out from here or would have put within like 1 HP. I don't want to find out. Let's Drill Peck this out of here. Dusknoir, good lead because it's a Ghost, and Ghost is resisted by normal, and Fearow's half normal. A little slow in the swap there, especially when I have such a good answer in the back here in QUAGSIRE. So got to the Aqua Tail. It is super effective. Mud Shots are super effective. Both Shadows, so that actually did quite a lot of damage. That's probably within Mud Shot range. They do go Psychic Fangs. I'm going to try to commit to the farm down. They do have a move. Hopefully it's just another Psychic Fang, so I'll live. It'll put me low, but I'll live. And going to throw the Stone Edge immediately because I'm only going to get to one move. Dusknoir is pretty attack heavy, and I'm a Shadow as well, so I'm going to get off this Stone Edge. Does good chip. Going to come Fearow, probably, just because they don't know what I have in the back yet, and I want to keep it that way, right? I could come, obviously, Furret is also normal, so it would resist and also do super effective with the Sucker Punches, but they don't know what I have yet, so I just wanted to, I have such a good match with the Fearow, not show them what I have yet. And getting that extra Peck or two, very helpful because now it is a Wigglytuff, and with that extra Peck or two, I now get to a third Drill Peck. So that's actually huge to get to this third one. This will grab the last shield, and I already took it to the Deep Red, so it will take it to the Deep Red and grab both shields, which means I will just overfarm here, and they have like nothing left on the Dusknoir either, so I'm going to get a matchup there. Another good lead. This one I remember trouble in the mid game here. Yeah, Melmetal. So okay, seems like okay. Melmetal against QUAGSIRE. They throw the double Iron Bash, which is resisted. Steel is resisted by water. But damn, these things come fast. So here comes a second one already. So like, okay, this is starting to add up, and I know this thing probably has superpower, and I really don't want to take a superpower. So I just probably need to dump this. If it does not take out, which it does not, I probably need to just dump this Aqua Tail before they get to a superpower and potentially flip switch here. So dumping that energy. And then I don't know if I make a mistake here, but yeah, I think I would have been screwed either way, because then I would have had a Furret Sucker Punches resisted against the Carbink. I instant swapped because I thought, you know, it's probably some sort of double steel or something weak to like ground, because you have a grass on the lead with a steel safe swap, kind of a weird steel safe swap. So I thought that maybe if I save QUAGSIRE, it would have some play in the back. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, oh no, I got to try and run with, what am I doing? Well, I'm out of move, so maybe I think that I can grab a shield back here. I feel like I needed to try to run with Furret here. They do let that go too, which is nice. I had to shield up a Frenzy. I was hoping to get to Trailblaze to boost my attack and hope that the boosted attack is enough to take this out before I take a move, and then Sucker Punch down the resisted Sucker Punch down the Carbink. But unfortunately, they are at a move. And that Frenzy puts me within a couple HP, and because of that, I'm not able to Sucker Punch down the resisted rock there, and then they're at another charge move anyways. So we'll go down there despite a good lead, although the steel rock backline, tough for the alignment there. Okay, for Alligator, I will note level 80, I guess, coming in, like probably out by now. You can see my ball spinning. I had it perfect. I have not had as much lag this season as I had previously. I'm doing these games that you can see 7:15 on the Wednesday morning. Tons of spinning, like so much so that I had to like close the game and stop because I was getting like 2 to 3 fast moves not registering. So I don't know if it's just like the game is got a lot going on right now with all the updates that they're making to the game, but I just found it was very, very laggy, more so than it had been this season. And it has otherwise been a pretty good season for lag, quite honestly. I still get one turn lag like every once in a while, but nowhere near what I was getting last season. And there had not been a ton of like huge frame drops or anything there either. So that was okay. Fortress, unfortunately, has Volt Switch. So that puts me in a kind of tricky spot because Volt Switch is super effective against fearow. Obviously, QUAGSIRE is the best answer to this, but I can't come QUAGSIRE because they may have an answer to QUAGSIRE because it resists the electric. So I have to come Furret, and Furret doesn't have any charge moves for it. And now I get hit with a Granbull, which is a fairy that is resisting the Sucker Punches. So in a pretty bad spot overall. I'm going to shield this move up, but losing switch with the Volt Switch Fortress, now burning a shield in the mid game there. As you can see, they got 2 charms there when I got 1 pack. That's what I'm talking about. They got 6 turns worth of moves while I got 1. So the game just kind of lagged a little bit there. So we're going to instant swap here, taking those resisted Volt Switches, and also not counting, as you're going to see coming up here. Trying to fast move optimization here. I try to go 6 versus 8 because I assumed they would need another move here, or else I would have thrown there, but I'm not counting. Oh, I did. Oh, you're an idiot. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have gotten that many. Okay. If I went 6, fine, but going 10 there, yeah, that's pretty dumb. And in the back is a Lanturn. So unfortunately, being switch locked there allows them to get like 3 or 4 water guns through, which, as you're going to see here, is what cost me this game, because I get to the drill run, they shield, and now it's a race to see if I can get to another drill run. And as I'm getting to the drill run, they get to a move. Again, you can see the lag happening. You can see the frame drop happening there too. So I think maybe that came into a little bit of play, but I think overall probably my slow reactions and switches here are what cost me this game. But the frame drops and stuff do not help either. So, yeah, like I'm out of move and I don't seem to be able to throw it. Sandslash is a bad lead. That is an ice Pokemon, ice steel Pokemon. So all sorts of bad for fearow. I get in with Furret. I'll take a move. Don't know what's in the back. That could potentially beat me. And they finally get into Malamar. It's a non-Shadow Malamar, which makes this trickier because now 2 Swifts, as you're going to see here, are not going to take out. So if it was a Shadow and 2 Swifts could take out, maybe I can flip matchups or grab a shield. But unfortunately, without it, it would have been... They didn't have to shield that. They did. They did not have to. Now, they're basically at a second... They're at 2 moves. So even if they take me out here, which they do, and I come back in fearow, I'm going to have to shield almost anything up. They're basically at another 2 moves. So I wouldn't be surprised if the throw comes soon here too. but I tried to commit to the farm down, even though I know they had to move. But I figured because they threw the superpower already and their attack is lowered, I can take a superpower on fearow and just come out with a ton of energy. And fearow with energy is going to be very, very deadly. Case in point, Sandslash comes in, I have a drill run. So this will grab a shield or basically take it out. They do shield. Now I get the QUAGSIRE aligned on this. And they come in with Drift Blim. But now I have the Stone Edge, which is super effective. And it leaves it with like 1 HP that I'm able to Mud Shot down. And then basically have an Aqua Tail coming out. They have a move. I'll shield because I'm at the Aqua Tail and I want to land this Aqua Tail to take this out. And I think fearow has probably some HP. Sorry, fearow has some energy left too if I need it, but good lead. So a good lead against the Nidoqueen because I would resist the Mud Slaps. Out comes a Florges, and it shields up my first move. So then I am going to take a move here and then get into maybe chip and then get into QUAGSIRE, or stay in this matchup and then align with QUAGSIRE, because I know QUAGSIRE can deal with Nidoqueen, so I just want to make sure that I keep that alignment. I don't really care how. So as long as I like even matchup shield here and keep alignment there, I'm okay. So Nidoqueen comes in. I do instant swap because I don't want to get farmed down. And then they get to move. That's okay. Get to another Swift. This will take out. What do they have left? Oh yeah, the Lapras. And then I just get significantly outpaced here. I remember this. I did not know how much energy this thing had. I knew it was kind of close to 2 moves. I didn't think it was close to 3 moves, which is what it was. So they get to a second Sparkling Aria here. I'm trying to make the calculation like, oh, how close are they to another one? And then I'm like, I didn't know they were that freaking close. Like, I know I don't count, but holy smokes, I thought I had a better internal clock than that. But I'll go down there. I think last battle here for Alligator. Overall good lead because Shadow Claw is resisted here. And then get to the Drill Peck. Not enough to take out. My light here is flickering. It is potential Ice Beam, so I do shield, but the problem is they're going to get to their second Hydro here too, so I have to throw. So if they want to get a charge move off, they need to shield. If they don't, they just let it go down. They do let it go down. Out comes a Sandslash. We're going to instant swap because it is a Powder Snow Sandslash. Obviously, I'm just going to take the moves here because I don't know what's in the back and I don't know what's coming down, and you want to save the last shield for fearow if you can. Going Trailblaze, Swift is resisted and so is Trailblaze, so might as well just boost my Sucker Punch damage to put some more pressure on this HP here. They're going to throw. I don't even know if it's Second Ice Punch. It's a non-shot. I don't even know if it takes me out here. I may live with a couple HP. I do, and I will get to a Swift because of it. So that is pretty big for us staying in with Sandslash despite not having any moves. And they shield too, so kind of interesting. I'd be surprised if I shield this first one. Yeah, let the Ice Punch go. And it is a Jellicent in the bag. So I think bad fast move timing on my part because I saw a full Hex go through. Get the first Drill Peck off. I could take 1 Surf, probably. It'll put me low, but I'm pretty sure I could take 1. But they have a shield, but I just need to grab that shield with this Pokemon. And then it's maybe in Aqua Tail range. So I'm going to instant swap, hoping that it's Aqua Tail range. And it looks like it is, but they make a catch on a Sandslash. So don't throw on timing that they can catch. Do take the Sandslash out, and I guess they lost mine because I do get to the Aqua Tail again to take this out. So this team is very spammy. Aqua Tail's 10 and 8, Swift's in 10, Drill Peck's in 10. So I like the spamminess, a little glossy with the Shadow Quagsire and fearow, but did well up to 26-11, and we'll try and keep it going. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.